Okay, we're back for round one. Let's see. War Charge is very good. Is Infiltrator better? I think it's not quite, although the generals help it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and start with a War Charger. And we'll see where we go from there. So, I kept saying I want to survive until the late game, but the number of War Chargers we have can also help get us to late game, which is nice. Alright, so War Charger cannot be given armor, that's fine. Stormcaller doesn't level amazingly. I think I'm just going to keep my War Charger alive here. Throw down a Blightwalker because it trades nicely with a creature that's otherwise hard to pick off. I think Sentry is going to be better if we can get it there than the Technician, so I'm going to go ahead and level the Sentry as well. Could have thrown down the Technician in front of Stormcaller. That might have been right. Because Blightwalker is level gated, I do tend to favor it slightly, but when leveling, but that could definitely be wrong. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so I like leveling the Glutton here. We're going to see what we level otherwise. Sparkblade Assassin would be nice to get up if we get an opportunity, although it's not amazing at level 3. It's a nice tool to have. General can also be pretty good. Oh, that's interesting. So Talisman is a card that it's hard to know how to properly evaluate because I will be the first person to get to use it. So if I were able to kill it on my turn, my opponent would never get to use it. However, unsurprisingly, that's not all that common in draft to be able to just kill something the moment it comes down. But I'm going to throw down something in front of it. Probably this Assassin. And then I'll play a Glutton and a General to power them both up. Or a General over here, perhaps, to... Yeah, I think I'll trade my General with this Spitter. Over 2 turns, assuming nothing interrupts. So it's possible that my opponent will kill my Assassin or some such in order to keep Talisman alive. I'm pretty okay with that. Again, pardon me. It's hard to get benefit from because it helps me as much as it helps my opponent. And actually, if my opponent does keep Talisman alive, that just means that we will get to kill it probably with Ghastly Touch on our turn, which means, again, we will get to level up 1 additional card that our opponent does not. Talisman does have decent stat. Pardon me. Talisman does have very good stats. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we get to kill Talisman, so we will get to level 1 additional card. So, definitely want to level the War Charger. Could use Ghastly Touch to keep one of our creatures alive, but I think I'm just going to throw a Fellwalker in front. And either Tower Vanguard or... General. Yeah, I think I'm just going to throw it down General. Going to throw it down here so that the War Charger can move. Don't want to tie up our War Charger necessarily. Alright, so I didn't necessarily draw too many of the cards that I would have liked to level. Got 2 War Chargers out, and that's fine. Stonefist Giant is a good level 1. Bruiser is also good. Huntress is good. So my opponent's leveled some very good level 1 cards, but also some that are a little less amazing. So I can move War Charger. I think I'm going to move War Charger, throw down General in front. No, actually, I think I'm going to throw down General here to allow the zombie to eat the giant. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. General's going to trade with Bruiser. Throwing down Light Shield Patrol next to it would be okay. Leveling it up would be okay. But probably better off with just the Sentry. The number of generals that I leveled up may have meant that the Light Shield Patrol was correct, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Nice to get these at level 2 so that we'll know that they will be there for level 3. Okay. My opponent's trading these. Again, Swamp Moss levels, well, Deep Branch does not. So being able to trade with Deep Branch is pretty nice. Yeah, I think the level 3 is enough better than level 2 that I want to have a level 1 and a level 3 versus 2 level 2s. Okay, doing fine. The Assassin's fine. May or may not need it, so we'll see. Okay, my opponent really wants to keep one of his Bruisers alive. However, I could still trade for it. I'm doing okay on the damage. So I could just, I could either leave this here to trade and throw down a pair of 6/5s, or I could move, throw down the Sparkblade Assassin in front, and throw down a 6/5. I think that that's probably best. Again, Sparkblade Assassin doesn't level as well, but I think that's fine. I think it's worth getting in that extra damage and keeping my War Charger healthy. It makes our board actually pretty impressive. Not entirely overwhelming, but, you know, difficult to deal with. We're putting on a little bit of pressure, so we may as well keep pushing and see how far we can go. Okay. So Blightwalker would be nice. What I'm thinking of doing is maybe throwing down Technosmith just to level Blightwalker and then immediately replacing it with Glutton. Replacing Assassin after combat with Glutton. My opponent's going to be on level 3 before long, so the level 2 Blightwalker is not as impressive, so I think I'm willing to throw down the Technosmith here for it. Yeah. Yep. So Blightwalker goes to 3, so it will be there as removal in next rank, and Glutton goes down to give pressure. Alright, so we've got a couple of very good cards that, what do they call it, rank 3.1? First turn of rank 3, so that's nice. We're getting enough extra damage that overwhelming with Gluttons is not entirely a fantasy here. I can throw down the General if I need to in order to make trades nice. How much does it buff? 4. Okay. Sadly, General does not buff nearly as much as Tactician, but that would be asking an awful lot. Okay, my opponent's definitely feeling the pressure. Let's see what happens here. Definitely, we've seen a lot of Bruisers. We've also seen both, what is it, the Hellhound that spits damage, as well as the Earth Elemental that buffs things. The Grove Huntress, sorry. Yeah, there's the Grove Huntress, yeah. Sorry, I'm a little bit rusty because I haven't played as recently, but definitely enjoying myself. Alright, so I could throw down Glutton, so it's definitely going to die. However, I think I'm going to throw Glutton here and Blightwalker here, so that it will just barely stay alive and will generally be a pain for my opponent. But these Gluttons are going to be really hard for my opponent since they represent an amount of damage that is almost impossible to avoid. So, average of 5 and 10, that's another virtual 15 damage to my opponent. Alright, so we win round 1. I'll see you in round 2.